So hey there guys, I've just watched episode 21 of Vinland Saga. A really good episode. Really good episode. The reaction is in the description, the links are there, go watch it and go back here if you want to listen to the discussion. And the discussion starts right now. And let's go from the beginning, because I have some stuff to say, but beginning is the opening. We skip it. So we start with Leaf. Leaf being really, really sad that he was, for 11 years, he was searching for Thorfinn. And he ended up in Britain. It's not like he ended up in Britain initially, right? Initially, Thor's was going to Britain. Floki arrived and said, like, oh, you know what, you have to go. There's war out there. The Englishmen attacked our naked butts, and now we attack them back, and you have to go there. So they were always going to England. And they ended up in England. So no surprise he's searching Thorfinn here. And all those years, poor man is like bold. He's searching him, and then some guys are running, and like, whoa, some serious people are coming. Let's go, let's hurry up. And what's interesting, so they were showing us Prince Canute with Askeladd. And the prince is just with his normal hair, no mask, no nothing. But later on, when we see the woman, she's with the Canute's special helmet. So I maybe I'm gonna be able to see it, but where was the body double? And where was where was Canute himself? I'm looking at it now. So seems like, actually, seems like they're in this boat, because just a frame before that, we see them going closer to the bridge. And here you go, here they're going to the bridge. So Canute is right here, standing in the first boat. And not protected, just standing there. I kind of want to go through that moment. I'm gonna hide stuff so YouTube not gonna block it. How it all happened? Yeah, they were going. Then the guy, and he's like, "You have to die." Fuck him, they even. Askeladd says, "You have to die, your majesty," or something like that. The guy shoots. We only see this part of the body, and then the bolt from the crossbow hits it, and then we see Canute's face. He's like, yeah, it looks like he's been shot, but no, it was just like all fake stuff. And then he screamed. It's weird. It's actually weird. So I suppose they were in a different boat. But they initially were in the very first one. If you think about this, at least in my country, if the president is going somewhere, he has a real cortege, like a lot of cars in front of him, a lot of cars in the back, a lot of cars on the side, so he's somewhere in the center. So probably they're in the first boat, but the body double was somewhere in the middle, and that's kind of logical in a way. That's the safest place in a way. But sometimes, sometimes the king is always first. He's leading his people, like after battle or something like that. So, but I mean, that was kind of, I suppose, successful. That the prince didn't die. So, man, I already forgot what I was trying to tell. So we see all this stuff. They're going. I can't even forget what they were speaking about. And the guy shot. Thorfinn attacked the man, killed the man. And he, by the way, he used crossbow, and crossbow, as far as I remember, they're like English weapons. I don't remember Vikings using crossbows. They were looking at it like, what the fuck is that? But maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm confusing it with something. But anyways, and they see each other, Leif and Thorfinn. Finally, poor Leif, man. And basically, the same second the dude appears and like, oh, you shoot the man, showing at Thorfinn. No, man, he's like, no, it wasn't me. And then the cool stuff happened. So the guy was like, it was all you, and then Thorfinn knocks him out cold. And then the guy's like, oh, it's the guy. They even called him a name. He's short, young. Chibide, wakakte, don't tell me. Moshkashte anta. Thorfinn Karlsefni. Karlsefni. I mean, in Japanese they said Karlsefni, but yeah, you get the idea. So they gave him a nickname. And at first I was like, what? But then again, yeah. We have a legendary warrior, Thorkel. A lot of people know about him. I mean, he's one of the original team of badasses. And everyone knows about Thrall of Yom, about Thor's, and of course they know about Thorkel as well. And he's the little guy who beat Thorkel with 2 tiny knives, basically. And legends are born this way. I'm pretty sure after some time passes, those people gonna add some more info, like juicy info to those legends. And Thorfinn's gonna beat Thorkel, barehanded or something like that in those stories. So yeah, I mean, this is cool. It's not like I'm super happy because of Thorfinn is like this little tiny badass guy, because I mean, he could have lived a nice happy life, but turns out life is brutal, and at least his father's blood in him kind of kicks in, and he's getting in there. He's getting in there to the closer to the level of his father. Even though, I mean, the fight with Thorkel wasn't very fair at some point, but I mean, he cut his fingers. That was pretty fair. He was like opossum. He was like looking like he's dead, but like next second he's like sliced fingers from Thorkel. So Thorfinn now is getting there into the legendary status of warriors, and he's like super young, like 16 or 15 or something years old, maybe 18, I don't know. I don't count. I mean, he's 11 now, and he was something around 5, I think, in the beginning, so I suppose he's like around 16, which is not much. It's like super tiny. And the Leaf hears this all, like, what? And then he says, like, Thorfinn, are you Thorfinn, son of Thors? Thorfinn with the face like that, and then he realizes that that's the man, that's Leaf. I remember them hearing the stories of Vinland. It was basically Leaf who told them the stories. He was there. I mean, at least judging by the stories, he was there speaking with locals, Mayans, I suppose. And yeah, before Europeans fucked this all up, like Portuguese and Spanish, all of those people. It's just I basically recently, just yesterday, I watched a simple video, like 15 minutes or something, showcasing the map of Europeans colonizing America in the 1500s. And yeah, so I remember him telling the stories and stuff. And then yeah, they later spoke about that as well, but we're gonna get to that. So they finally unite, and Thorfinn cannot believe himself. Like, oh my god, seriously, that's the man. Man, I briefly saw Thorkel here. Not Thorkel, damn it. Floki. I mean, Floki is badass. I mean, even if he's like old and stuff, the way he's like the beard like that, the hair like that, he looks super badass. It kind of reminds me of Duke Nukem, which I'm a fan of. I mean, at least the game and the character was cool. The original one, not the Duke Nukem Forever, unfortunately. And I am guessing there's a lot of little details here and there that I supposed to notice. I mean, if I know what's up, and I'm gonna rewatch it later, and I'm gonna check it. So yeah, then we see the prince is actually okay. He's basically super good, but the woman that was instead of him is not okay. And yeah, poor woman, and people like, oh, so Prince Canute was a woman all the time. Like, they're just stupid people. I still don't. Yeah, and she wears the helmet, so it's kind of like. I mean, it's very easy to confuse the prince with the woman. You remember me? You remember some episodes ago when the prince was introduced? Few episodes, I was confused. I was actually thinking he's a woman. Like quite a few episodes, I was thinking he's a woman. Even when he started speaking, I still thought he was a woman. So I'm not surprised that they were successful in hiding. I mean, in letting the woman instead of him with just the same helmet. Just poor woman. So sad. I don't like the fact that they. It's not like they killed the woman. I see the scene. She has a bolt right here. And if we speak anatomically, there's no heart in here. So, first of all, it was bad shot by the assassin. He should have got the heart, but he got it higher. Still, not a nice place to be hit. And poor woman, she's breathing heavily. So I don't know if she's gonna survive or not, but I'm gonna pray for you, woman. You're a real hero of this series. And then they realized, yeah, that is not the king indeed, not the prince. Poor woman, man, I'm looking at her again. So that was all a setup, right? As we later explain, as we later learned, this is all a big game. So they have now an attempt of assassination, and basically people are aware of this, and the king is kind of handicapped now. He cannot do his dirty thingies now. Because people are gonna be doubting him, right? Especially now that they know that there's actual confrontation between all of them for the crown. They realize it, so Askeladd wants that. It appears that Jorvik. It appears that Jorvik is home to some who wish you harm. And Floki is sweating heavily. And then we got to the moment when Leif speaks with Thorfinn, and Thorfinn tells him, he asks what's up with Vinland. He dreams of it. And I don't think that Leif was actively going there. He was like, he had a mission to find the boy. And then the moment when he saw Askeladd, I already forgot the nose. Yeah, it was like, oh, it's him. It's the man who killed him. It's crazy, you know. It's, I mean, in our world, we can see some famous or well-known people on the TV or on the internet, right? But at those times, even traveling from one part to another part was very difficult. And meeting some specific damn person, it was basically like 1 in a million, and he cannot believe the fact that he saw him. So Thorfinn asked about Vinland, but Leif was, are you asking about Vinland? Maybe you're gonna ask about your mother or your sister. You know, they kind of, at least he said that Helga is not very well, and I mean that's understandable. And he said, like, go back, see your mother, and that's gonna help her recover. But Thorfinn is not interested in this because he is on a revenge mission. He needs to kill Askeladd, and Askeladd is very manipulative bastard. For 11 years, just imagine that, for 11 years, he was manipulating Thorfinn. I mean, when he was a little tiny boy, that was understandable. Thorfinn was not able to deal with Askeladd physically. Now Askeladd is much older. He's like all badly wounded in the knees and, you know, all that. And he has much more chances to deal with him. But still, even the last few years when Thorfinn was technically kind of able to try and deal with him, still Askeladd was using Thorfinn and keeping him like, I'm gonna give you the duel, but you have to do the thing. Oh, you know what? You have to earn it. So yeah, manipulative bastard, this Askeladd. But he achieves his stuff. It's just, I don't approve all the victims. Because how many women died? So Thorfinn says, I'm not going, I have a mission. While this man drinks, eats, and shits, I'm not gonna go away. And I mean, just go and kill him, as I've said. And later we're gonna get back to that. Which is, yeah. So then we saw Askeladd and Bjorn seen together. That was basically their goodbye. So yeah, he was badly wounded indeed. And even though he looked pretty much okay-ish, but yeah, seems like this was a just slowly killing wound. And I kind of liked the fact that they ended up dueling. And then, yeah. Then we skip. We have been outwitted, Floki. And then we are back at Floki and the king situation. Where Floki says, I'm very sorry, Mr. King. And Mr. King is like, yep. We kind of fucked up. So they already know what's up. And Askeladd outsmarted them. What they're gonna do next? The assassination failed, and now all the information is spreading. You know, the guy telling other people, you know what, the information that Askeladd told him to do. So Askeladd uses every single way of influencing the situation the way he needs it, you know? He's like slimy. Not slimy, but I mean he's that type of player who's gonna use every single way in to do something to his advantage. Every time we see him, he looks like a villain. Seriously, like this evil face. But we're fighting with another basically villain, so it's like when the beast fights, you just let them kill each other. And then Askeladd said, such a great plan. So proud of himself and smirking everywhere, every time. So he told the story, some part of the story. Then Gunnar, I mean the brother of Ragnar, like, oh, I have to go. Oh, such a suspicious guy, man. You can be blind and deaf, but you still can understand the man is have some weird stuff in it. It's like fishy. And yeah, he goes away. They instantly discuss the fact that, you know what, he's a rat, but we're gonna use the rat to our advantage, which is a right move. I mean, yeah, if you know that he gives the information, just use him to give the wrong information, and that's gonna confuse the enemy even more than if they just didn't get any information. So it's super good. And Thorfinn is like actually the silent assassin that goes everywhere, watches people. He finds out that the rat, I mean, it was either Gunnar. Oh no, that was the man who Gunnar spoke with. Jesus, I can't speak. And yeah, Thorfinn noticed that he went to the king's place. It's well guarded, gigantic fans in here. And I suppose Thorfinn has a mission to kill, I think, a king. Maybe Floki, but most likely the king. So what I think is gonna happen is probably some open confrontation with people fighting left and right, like Thorkill smashing, and if Askeladd's gonna survive the battle with I'm always those names is with Thorfinn, because a lot of Thor people, you know, like Thorfinn, Thorkel, Thorse, and kind of always starting from Thor, and that's difficult. So I'm guessing that if there's gonna be some confrontation, people gonna be fighting, Thorfinn's gonna be there, used at the right moment to just get in, and get it done. Kill the king. Maybe, who knows? Maybe not. It's just the fact that we have a duel now coming. And one way or another, all of these duels, they were always ending in people getting some wounds and some damage. And this is basically the day they have to act. They either meeting with the king or something. I kind of forgot or missed the fact. You know, they were. That was the day when they wanted something. They were like, "Oh, I'm gonna see the king. What they're gonna do tomorrow," and that's tomorrow, early morning, and they're gonna fight. And as I said, I don't know. Of course, I'm rooting for Thorfinn. I'm not gonna be crying over Askeladd's dead body, but if it's gonna be Askeladd again who's gonna win, then Thorfinn's gonna be damaged again. Because he will not back down until the moment he cannot move anymore, you know. He's that type of a guy. He's not gonna stop. So I'm guessing either he's gonna defeat Askeladd at this moment, either they're not gonna fight. Something gonna happen and they're not gonna fight today. One of the two. I don't think that Askeladd's gonna win this one. But who knows? And I liked Thorkel smiling, finally seeing the fight. I mean, Thorkel's definitely seen Thorfinn as a serious guy. Because they're, as I've said, they're old school. They're old school. They're like those super strong warriors, and all of this like warrior codex. And even Thorfinn, maybe he's not that. He's not into the codex of warrior, but he's super strong and super agile for his age, and he's capable. And I mean, he's filled with rage, and rage. I mean, it's dangerous for the man, because if you cannot control your rage, it can instantly get you killed. But the controlled rage, that's what's needed, and controlled anger, that's the thing in fightings with boxing. You have to have some anger in you, but you have to control it, and this way you're gonna be stronger than you're just gonna be like super calm, trying to calm yourself. So Thorfinn has it all, and Thorkel definitely sees him as a somewhat of a resurrection of the great warrior lineage or something. I mean, and he's basically uncle, so yeah. He's, I forgot, he's somehow related to his mother. Either her half brother or something. So yeah, they wanted to duel, and I mean, yeah, Thorfinn, he broke his arm in the previous fight with Thorkel, and it was not long ago, like maybe a month or something. So the arm is not yet recovered, and he basically just made himself, I don't know how to call it, like some weird arm blade thing, and he is gonna fight with this one. I'd say he's handicapped pretty much in this fight, but Askeladd as well. Askeladd is old. Askeladd's knees are not feeling well as well, because basically the same day Thorfinn broke his arm, the same day Askeladd got like a dozen arrows in his knees. Though Askeladd's walking great. I mean, the guy is like immortal. So if that's gonna be a fight, that's gonna be a weird fight. Like, yeah, two half disabled people gonna fight each other. But there was also a little hint actually on Askeladd's state. He missed the lethal attack on Bjorn. He wanted to kill him instantly, and he missed. He even said that, damn it, I missed. That gave Bjorn few seconds to speak. But, I mean, that means that Askeladd is not that sharp. He's not that good, at least now. He missed it. I mean, you can say that was because he was fighting Bjorn. He was not willing. I mean, he doesn't want to kill the man. Probably that could have influenced him as well. But still, that's a little detail. And yeah, then Bjorn comes, so asks them. I mean, Askeladd tell them, like, I have a little business here to do, to make and to attend to, and they have this bottle just for Bjorn to go to Valhalla. And that was a good, interesting, artistically well-made part of the episode. I was basically silent, no jokes, no nothing, because that was serious stuff. Even though I don't like these guys, I still was with them. I didn't choose to be with them, but I was with them. And even though, I mean, every bastard, sometimes he acts normal, and you can, when the man acts normal, you kind of can be with him and speak with him and have some sympathy. But then he starts killing people, and yeah, that's not nice. But anyways, there was a moment it was emotional. If I liked those characters, both of them, I'd be probably crying because that was strong. That was basically two friends. Even though Askeladd accepted Bjorn as friend, I mean, it's like he accepted him. He told him that he actually thought about Bjorn as a friend in the very last second of his life. Still, it was like two basically best friends fighting to death, and it's not like they're fighting to death. It's one was killing another, specifically killing, because they were both knew what's coming, and that was pretty sad and pretty brutal. And I mean, these two, they were like always together, and Bjorn was very loyal. He was crazy bastard eating mushrooms and stuff. I mean, we're not gonna see people eating mushrooms anymore. That's sad. Bjorn was a unique character in a way, and the way they showed it with heavy shadowing, it's good. I mean, this anime, I like how they made it. I know it's the same studio who did Attack on Titan, and they do good. They're doing good. I like how they're doing it. They put enough detail for this to look really good. Of course, sometimes it's kinda but I mean it's anime. It's not a very high budget production. They're trying their best. Even though I'm watching Blu-ray now, so probably it's better in a way than the TV version. But still, I gotta say that maybe it's not the best looking anime I have seen, because I have seen Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, but it's really good looking, and these scenes where they're trying to make it more artistic, as I've said, they look really good. So I liked it. And Bjorn having this, I don't know if he was speaking to Askeladd or he was thinking about this all. About Askeladd hated us all and yada yada yada, and he just wanted to be his friend. I mean Bjorn. But yeah, Askeladd ends up killing the man, and I hope sending him to Valhalla. I don't know how Viking beliefs go. I mean, we know that you have to die on a battlefield as a real warrior to go there and eat meat there. I remember something about meat. But does it count if you're a bastard or if you're just a nice guy? Because in the modern religion, I mean not modern, in other religions, you have to behave well to go to good place. But if Bjorn was killing women left and right and doing basically nothing good, does it count for him to go to Valhalla? I don't know. But I mean, let him have the pleasure to go there. Bjorn wasn't the worst man ever. That's for sure. And then we see, I mean, as I've said, artistically, this episode looked really good. Askeladd, I mean, he's always smirking, but here you can see him being really sad and angered. And basically, Bjorn died because of Askeladd, because Askeladd was betrayed, and Bjorn was trying to get Prince away, and they got in a fight. And he actually, technically, he was killed almost. I mean, he was badly wounded by this guy, Alri, the guy, one of the two brothers, because Bjorn was badly wounded, and then Prince Canute, just got the development, and he's like, stop fighting, follow me. And then the guy just went with a spear and pierced poor Bjorn. So basically, before that moment, he was, I suppose, curable. And yes, after this, Askeladd says, now let's fight with you, boy. but not in this episode. And I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go. As I've said, I do believe either Askela's gonna lose finally, either the fight is not gonna happen. Because if Thorfinn's just not gonna stop on it until he cannot walk in this duel. So something has to stop them. Either Askela dying, either something else. But we'll see. Sorry for a long discussion. I feel like I was speaking too much about not necessary stuff. But this is discussion. I have to discuss. I have to give my opinion. And I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't really like this anime at some points. I like the beginning. I'm liking what's happening now and few previous episodes, but the middle part was... I was struggling through it. Because there was like nothing really good in there. No character development, just fucking Vikings killing people left and right. But now, again, I'm enjoying it. Because we finally got back to plot. Finally got back to characters. And... that's interesting. And I mean, Jesus, how much more is there? As I've said in the previous discussion, I know there's a lot of Vinland Saga later on. So, what type of story is that? I don't know. But on that note, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.